Hi Jane, hope you're here. I'm just trying to find to go live on the Facebook page as well. I think we've got full internet back, so hopefully you can see me and hear me. And just say hello if you can hear me, Jane. Okay. Okay, so hiya Jane. I can see that three people are watching, so I know I have got internet. I'm sorry for the delay, but internet came back just at the right minute. So today's cards, I'm going to use the split circle technique, and it's where you have little circles of card or designer series paper, and we cut them in half to make a pattern. So the first card will make this pattern with the circles, and then the leftover pieces will make this one. So I'm going to show you how to do the cutting first. I've got all the instructions here as well for the sizes that you need. Let me just move it over a little bit so I know you can see it. There we go. And I've got these layering circles, and they're the ones that are the die cuts in the catalogue. Let me just find the page. I still do sometimes use my punches for them, so if you have punches, that works as well. But I'm using these little layering circles here. And I've started counting, and I count them from the inside, and I count the smallest one as number 1. So I have number 3, number 5 and number 7. Here's number 3, here's 5 and here's 7. And when you cut them, you need, I'm using 3 different colours, so you need 1 each of 3, 5 and 7. And then if I put them like that, that's easier to see. So 1 each of 3, 5 and 7. But what you also need is to have 1 of the big ones and 1 of the small ones in the same colour. For your second part, you need another big one and a small one in the second colour. And both the number 5s are the same colour. And that just means that you've got exactly the right amount for both cards. And all you need to do with those, yeah, you can't fight Mother Nature, you're right, but I thought she just had it in for us today. So all I'm going to do is cut them in half. And I've actually got Anne-Marie here as well. She's crafting with me, so she's already cut hers. So she's going to make the same cards as us tonight. I'm putting 2 in at a time on the trimmer, because you can cut 2 lots of card on here. And if you don't have the trimmer or anything, you could also just use scissors and cut them in half. They don't have to be exact and really, really straight, because we're going to put a little sentiment over the top. Okay. There we go. So I don't need the trimmer anymore. And then I'll show you the designer series paper that we're using. It's one that I used before for the arrow card, and it's this Bloom Where You're Planted set. I'm only using the paper and the dies from the stamp set tonight. My first card, I did use the sentiments from this set as well, but I didn't have enough room in my suitcase coming to Toronto to bring all my stamp sets. So I pre-inked some of them up. But I have got other stamp sets with me as well, so I might use a different sentiment. Okay, so first of all, let me get these little pieces out. Okay, so you've got your base card, which is cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And then you need 2 pieces of your first layer of card, which are 3 1/4 by 5. And then, hi Laurie, how are you? I've got Anne-Marie here again. She crafted with us last night, and I was crafting with Laurie last night, so she knows that I'm at Anne-Marie's too. And then I've got a piece of basic white, and this is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and that's for the inside. So I'm going to put my layers together first. So let's put these. This is cinnamon cider that I've got here, and it matches the designer series paper. I just chose the colours from the designer series paper pack, and once I've chosen the plants that I was using, I just got out the same card colours. So I'm going to pop this one onto my layer here. Or do you want the tape, Anne-Marie? And I can use the glue.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay. And then I'm going to stick this one on the inside. Now this is Anne-Marie's glue. Laurie will remember that last night the glue that I'd brought, I don't think it travelled well on the aeroplane, and it was like trying to spread cream cheese. So I've got Anne-Marie's glue tonight. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop that one on the inside. How would you feel about one night us all doing the same crafting? If I put down the measurements and showed you what the sketch was going to be like, and then we could all craft together. Maybe once I get back home to Alberta, and then we can do a crafting together. Okay. So the second of the cinnamon cider layers is going to go on the top, and I'm going to put the designer series paper on the top of that. And I'm using a different one. The last time I still used the same paper, but I used this like motley pattern. But this time I'm using the little wood effect. You doing okay, Anne-Marie?
Yeah.
You can always tell when Anne-Marie's crafting, it's so quiet. I can't use that one. I think Richard's outside mending gutters or something. It was really a big storm. Did you get the storm as well, Jane? There you go. Oh.
What's the one on the front? 'Cause I like that side.
Have a look at the other side. You can use the, sorry ladies, I'm just showing Anne-Marie. This is the like the motley side, and it's going to have this pattern on, so just check how strong that pattern is if you're having this on top. Might be tricky to see, but give it a go. There's not a right and a wrong. You just put which side of the paper you want. Okay, so I'm just going to add this to the front. Anne-Marie's deciding which side of the designer series paper she's having. Okay. Oh, good. Laurie, I think that would be fun too. There you go. Okay, so to do the little circles, I'm going to put the card, I'm just going to move the piece that's got all the sizings on, and I'm going to put the little piece of card down so you can see. And you start by making this top set of circles. So you need, I'm going to do it exactly the same as here. You need the big cinnamon cider circle. You need just one piece of that. And then you get your middle size circle, which for me is just jade. And you line it up at the right hand side. And then you're going to get your smallest circle. And you attach those three together. So you start with your biggest, and whichever of the colours that you want first, and then glue it so that the circles are all fitting together at the right hand side. Okay. And then same again with that one. Okay, so just make sure all the corners are at the right there. The other right. Yeah, that's it. And then we're going to make exactly the same thing for underneath. Okay, so you start with that big colour again, but I'm doing the opposite colour. So I've done this top piece. Yep, that's how you need it. Oh, there's the glue, sorry. So for the bottom piece, I'm going to start with the colour that's on the right hand side, but the biggest of the circles. Then the middle colour, which is that jade. Let's see if I can just get this to work. Didn't want to roll on. No. Just roll it along a little bit. I think it might be just about empty, this stamping seal, and we were having trouble with it last night as well. No. I'm going back to the cream cheese glue because Anne-Marie's got the other glue. No, you're okay, you're okay. So the big circle and then the middle sized circle, and this time we're lining them up at the left hand side. You see how this glue is all lumpy? I'm sure it was something to do with the aeroplane. Okay, so they're at the left. And then we need the smallest one again. And this time it will be the cinnamon cider smallest one that's on the top. Do you just need to see the pattern, Anne-Marie?
No.
No, you're okay. Oh, you want the glue?
No, I'm just waiting.
Oh, you're just waiting for me. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we've now got those two semicircles, and when you put them together, you make sure that the green carries on almost like a lazy S, and then the greys together, and then the brown. And once you've got your pieces cut, it really is easy to see what goes next. And it's a really easy technique. And you just make sure that your greens are lined up and your grey here and your cinnamon cider. But don't worry if you've got that little gap in between, it doesn't matter at all because we're going to put this sentiment over. Now from the designer series paper, there are some pieces that have these leaves on, and you can cut some of them out with the die cuts, but it's just as easy to fussy cut them as well. And there's another piece that has all little plant pots on. Let me just get a little piece. It's like this kind of a piece. You just choose which of the plant pots you want. Again, you could cut them out with the dies, but they're just so easy, just to fussy cut round. They're all nice straight lines. Okay. So I've got just one set of leaves and then one little pot. But if you wanted a different set of leaves, just fussy cut one of the others out. That works as well. And for my sentiment, I've got just a little 1/2 inch strip of card here, just the basic white. And I did bring one already pre-printed, but then I've used the stamp set that we were playing with last night, which is from one of the kits. If you remember, it was a paper pumpkin a couple of years ago, and now it's one of the kits that Stampin' Up! Are offering. And it just has some long sentiments on, which is perfect for this little tiny piece of card. And I'm just checking that I've got it the right length. Yep, I'm only going to glue it across here. And can you see how it covers over? Hi, Diane. Oh, thanks. I wasn't sure if I was getting here, Diane, because of the storm. Did you lose power as well in Guelph? Oh, we had no internet for just over an hour, and I was worried that the gods had conspired yet again for me not to do my little Facebook Live. Okay, so I'm just gluing that over the top, and it covers up where those little circles meet and everything. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to pop my little plant pot on with a dimensional, just because this is already raised, and if I try and stick this, right down and then the plant on top, it would just be, it just wouldn't look good, because it would be too squashed at the bottom. So I'm just popping on a little dimensional. Okay. Oh, so you got the storm but not the internet outage. Oh. Well, it said that 70% of the GTA had like internet problems, so I didn't know quite how far that extended. Okay, now this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of him, so it looks like he's sticking in the pot, but it'll also stick onto that little sentiment too. And you don't need very much. I'm using my cream cheese glue. It doesn't want to come out. There we go. I've never taken that glue on an aeroplane before, so I didn't realise that it didn't like flying, and it would sort of go from being runny to like sort of lumpy, but it still works. It still works. Okay, and then I have just a few of the gilded gems, and I'm going to pop those on. I didn't bring my big pokey tool. I just had this little one at Anne-Marie's already, so that's what I'm using today. And I'm just going to put 3 of these little gilded gems on. And once you know how to do this little technique, you know, it's so easy. And it makes 2 cards at the same time. And I'm all for things where you can make 2 for the price of 1. Oh, it could be the humidity with the glue. Do you have problems normally with this glue? Because in Alberta, this is my go-to glue, and it's always, you know, just nice and runny and sticks really well. But it, yeah, and Anne-Marie has some here from Haircraft Box, and hers is just fine. So I think it is something to do either with the aeroplane, or I don't know, maybe it's just a strange one. Okay, so that's our first card. I think these will be good for masculine cards. I've been trying to, your card sets. Yes, Jane, I see a lot in my future too. I think it will be a great masculine card though. I've been trying to do 1 masculine card on each of my Facebook Lives, and I think this one could pass for a masculine card. Make a nice anniversary card too. Now, the little pieces that we've got left, all of these circles, we're going to make our second card with. And although it's a very similar way of putting them together, you make them into a circle rather than this lazy S. Oh, Janet, I'm glad you like it. Thank you. And thanks for joining us today. Okay, so let me get the bits and pieces that I need for my second card that I've hidden over here. I'll pop that one back there so you can see what we're making next. Oh, on my first card, the one I brought with me, I put another one of those little pots inside. I just cut one of them from here and one of the little leaves, and popped it on the inside. So you could do exactly the same here. I have got one little pot, so I might just cut out one of the little succulents later, just fussy cut round it and pop it in there. How did you do with that first card, Anne-Marie? Can I show?
I did it wrong. So
No,
I
there's nothing
changed it.
wrong. Why is it wrong? You
Because I
made...
didn't make the circles properly.
But that's really nice. And you made a different pattern to me, and that's great. So, good job. See, there's nothing wrong.
Okay.
It's a card, it's a handmade card, and it's a one of a kind. Yeah. So, okay, so here's all the little pieces we need for the second. Same base card shape, 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And I've used those same colours that are in the designer series paper and that we've made the card layers for. And again, I've got 2 layers at 3 3/4 by 5. And I've got one in the basic white. I'm going to attach that first and pop it inside. Let's just glue this one down. Anne-Marie can't see the comments, Jane, but I'll tell her. Jane said it shows you how versatile the card is, Anne-Marie.
How poorly I follow directions.
No. It's not that at all. You had a different vision. Nothing to say my vision was the only one. Okay, and I'm going to pop this inside. with my cream cheese glue. He doesn't want to come out at all now. Come on, glue. I haven't got time to order anymore, but well, I'm here. Next week's Facebook Live, I think I have to do a day early though. I think we'll be doing it on the Monday because Tuesday is our last night here. I can't believe it's been 3 weeks already, but it'll be our last night, and I think we have plans, so I'm going to do my Facebook Live on the Monday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time instead, but I will remind everybody. Okay, so that's our inside done. Now I've got my layer for the top, and again I've chosen a different piece. I've chosen the one that looks like the wall. And is that the one that you used on yours for the front? No, okay. So it's this little wall and it's got lots of plants on the back. But that's just a bit too busy for me. So I'm going to pop this on the front. Oh, come on, glue. I think it's all set now. Thank you. I'm borrowing Anne-Marie's. Oh, perfect. See, that's how my glue normally is. I might be swapping that glue before I go home. Here we go. I had my Stamp Some More class last night, and Laurie was in and 2 other ladies, and it was just so nice to be crafting along with other people. I can't wait until we can craft at home, but I really have enjoyed doing the Stamp Some More and the Start to Stamp. We've had such fun. Okay, let's glue this one down. It can glue onto the front. Oh, you're having a different front, Anne-Marie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect anything less. Okay. Okay. Now this one's going to be a portrait on mine. The layout. Is yours going to be portrait or?
No, because you didn't say that.
Okay, well, we get to see that versatility. Okay.
It could be portrait, I guess.
Yeah, it could. Actually, that it hasn't got a one-way pattern, that has it?
No.
So, nope. Okay, so this time I'm going to follow this pattern that we've got here. So I'm going to go with my grey granite. Have that one at the top, and this time for the top piece we're going to start at the left hand side. We're going to glue at the left first. Okay, so we know that the green goes in the middle. It's just jade. Oh, have I got the
You're mixing the glue up so you can
I've
take
mixed
it home.
it. Oh, you realised I nearly got away with it. Okay, so I'm going to line it up at the left hand side for the top this time. Do we get to meet your daughter? Anne-Marie?
Yeah.
She's here, she said. She's here. I don't have a way to show her without taking the phone down. So you're safe. You're safe today. Okay, so that's the first piece, and then for the bottom we line it up at the right hand side. So just the opposite way on to how we did it last time. It makes a really cool pattern. I made a couple of these into Christmas cards last year, and I had a designer series paper that was real red and garden green, and so I did my circles in real red and garden green, and in the white. Remember we had that flocked paper like a velvet, and it went with the poinsettia or things. I had my white in that, and it was so pretty. So you don't have to use card. Laurie says hello from Cochrane and thanks for sharing your mum again.
Thanks for putting up with me.
Any excuse to craft with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time we're just going to make it into a complete circle. Okay, And again, it doesn't matter if you have that little gap between where the two halves meet, because we're going to put a sentiment over the top. Now I have stamped, let's see, I've got a couple of bits. Maybe I'll do this for you one. You need a smaller piece. You only need the sentiment to go at the width of the circle with a tiny bit over. May I borrow the scissors, Anne-Marie, please? I'll just cut. So I'm just going to chop a little bit off here. Did you get your Starburst card all finished, Laurie, yesterday? We were making Starburst cards and Laurie made the most beautiful one for her daughter who's just had a baby, and it was all pink and it was so pretty. Let's glue that one on there. Yeah. Today, Jane, I must admit, it was so hot I wasn't thinking about Christmas in July. I was thinking of melting in June, but I did place our order for all our stamp sets and all the things for the July class. So I'm looking forward to that too. I'm looking forward to getting back and designing for it, but really I'm hoping it's not next week that we're going home. I think I'd rather be staying here a bit longer.
You are.
I think you might have a different idea after I've been here so long. We could send your dad back and I could stay. He could go back to work.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that would work. Okay, so I've got a little plant pot already cut out and I'm going to use this one. I haven't got this cut out, so I'm just going to fussy cut this. How was it today, Laureen? If you want to register, I've still got time to order, Janet. It's just I put the order in early to take advantage of the free shipping. But if you still wanted to come to Christmas in July, that's not a problem because we've got enough time to get the stamp set. Just send me a message and let me know if you would like to register. I'm trying to get Anne-Marie to come as well. She doesn't know yet though. Shh, doesn't. I won't say it out loud. Okay, so let's just fussy cut this little plant. What you need? Are you waiting for the scissors?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Now, if only you had your own scissors.
I do, they're upstairs.
Anne-Marie really started crafting. I've always tried to encourage her to craft a lot, but she thought she wasn't any good at crafting. And I don't know where she got that idea from, because she's really good. But last year she bought the countdown calendar kit and made that for her fiance with all little chocolates and things in. And then she liked the paper that went with that, so we made her Christmas cards with it, and then she got the little citrus kit. So I'm thinking I've got her hooked now. Thinking I've done my job.
It was a different paper though.
It was a different paper that we had. We had that mountain one. I can't think what it was called.
It was
with all the little
skiing.
houses on.
Yeah.
And the skiing page. Oh, that's big for there, but I like that. Okay, so I'm going to do the same as last time. I'm going to put a dimensional on the back. Okay, Jana, I'll make sure that I order you a set. And that would be fun, thank you. I know Jane's coming to stamp in our Christmas class, and Carol will be there. And another lady that I'm not sure you know called Gail, and I'll be there. I've got a couple of ladies in the States that wanted to join, but of course I can't sell to the States, so I can only let them have the PDF and they can order things themselves. I think there's 5 of us at the moment, so it'll be fun. I just hope it's a weeny bit cooler, because I say the last few days I haven't really felt like it was Christmas time. Okay, let's pop that on there. And then I have the little matte black dots. I'll show you them on here. They are just matte, but I think they're really pretty. And they're great for our masculine cards. Let's pop these on here. I won't get them all across like I did on this one, so I'm going to pop some over here and pop one here. It's the third one I'm always having problems with. I think, oh, I'd like it here, I'd like it here, and I end up in lots of places, but I'm actually going to put it right down here. So, okay. Do you have your little matte dots? They were in the bottom of the envelope. Yeah? Yeah. Just hiding at the bottom.
Yeah.
Do you need the little pokey tool? No. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've only ever lived in a place where it snowed at Christmas. I've never been sort of where you could go to the beach and have a barbecue and it be all hot at Christmas. That's all I'm used to, Jane. But I don't know if I could cope with hot Christmas and a hot Christmas dinner. It'd be a bit strange. Okay, so there are my cards with the little circle technique. Oh, no, that's the other one. Let's find the first one. There we go. So here's the first one, and here's the second one. And there's that little pot that I was going to do one for the inside. I'll just put that on there for now. Okay. And then if you want to decorate the envelopes, don't forget you can always cut a little piece 2 1/4 by 5 3/4 of the designer series paper, pop it on the back. I don't have any more of that paper with me. I don't think I bought any spare at all. No. But if you cut a piece 2 1/4 by 5 3/4, that just fits on the envelope flap perfectly. Okay, I'm just waiting for Anne-Marie to stick her final pieces, and then it's okay. Oh, she's planning something else. What you doing?
You'll see.
Oh, okay. It's like a mystery.
Is there a time limit on this?
Yeah, there's a time limit. It has to be tonight.
I need to cut 2 things.
Okay. You can always just banner the ends as well. If you just give me your scissors and I'll just show you. Thanks, Jane. I love this tea. And I like to do something that I haven't done a video on. So on my YouTubes where I do my videos, I don't want to do anything really that I've done already. So you get to see something different. Okay, so to banner the end, Anne-Marie, you can either just do like a slant like this, or let's put that back to straight. You can, let's make it actually straight. You can make like a little pendented end, like a hair ribbon. So you just cut in the very middle,
Okay.
and then you go from the corner to where you've just cut, and the other corner to where you've just cut, and it gives you that little pendented shape.
Okay.
Do you want either of those?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go then. Okay. Alright. So thank you again for joining me tonight. I will pop this onto the YouTube channel as well for those people that can't get to it on a Tuesday evening. And just a reminder that next week it's going to be the Monday. And I've brought one of the kit classes with me. I'll just show you which one. I brought this one with me. So I thought I would show you some of the cards from here. This is the one that was a Paper Pumpkin set a couple of years ago. But of course, Paper Pumpkin are only usually available for North America. Occasionally the rest of the world will get them as a special, but North America, we get these. but I've brought this set, and that's why we've been using this stamp set. This is actually the stamp set from the first one that I had, which was the paper pumpkin, but you get the stamp set in it again, and you get the ink and the twine and a stamping block and everything, and it makes a little acetate box with note cards in. So I'm going to show you those next week for the Facebook Live, and Anne-Marie will craft with me again, but we will be using that kit. Okay, miss, are you done?
Yeah.
Let me find your 2 cards then. Oh, so here's our first card. I like that. Okay, and you're going to shock me with this second card now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because your leaf's fallen off. Oh, look at that. Very nice. I like that up there on the left. Very nice. What's this little white piece here?
I don't know.
You don't know, just fancy. Yeah, it's very pretty. So thank you for joining us, ladies. I will see you all again really soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.